Hello students, good morning. So today we are going to start in this video about the chapter 2 of class 10. As you can see, the heading is chromosomes and cell cycle also, but today we discuss about the chromosomes. So in this video we are going to learn about chromosomes. For that, let's start over here, and I hope everybody will watch this video and understand. Any doubt, you can just put a comment in the comment box for further. Okay. So what is chromosome? As we have discussed in previous classes, chromosomes are found in nucleus. Suppose this is a cell, an animal cell. Whenever a topic or word cell comes into mind, the three main things are being thought by anybody. That is, cell is filled with a gel-like substance called as cytoplasm. Cell is having a dark spotted body at the center called as nucleus, and cell is surrounded by an outer covering called as cell membrane. So whenever a cell, the word cell is thought, three things are the very important one to be discussed. Cell filled with a gel-like substance called as cytoplasm, nucleus, and cell is surrounded by cell membrane. Then you may have doubt that what is cell wall. Cell wall is not common for all. That's why, because cell wall is only present in plant cell, absent in animal cell. That's why we say that cell membrane is the common, because cell membrane is present in both plant cell and animal cell. Now, we have to discuss about chromosome. So where are these chromosomes present? So chromosomes are present inside nucleus in the form of thread-like structure called as chromatin fiber or chromatin network. Either chromatin fiber or chromatin network. And another dark spotted body called as nucleolus. Another dark spotted body inside the nucleus is called as nucleolus. So chromosomes are not clearly visible inside the nucleus unless the cell is ready to divide. When we see a normal cell, a cell will be having this structure, but you can't see chromosome in detail. Why? Because cell is not ready to divide. So what you can see? You can see a network of structures, a group of thread-like structures called chromatin network, which will convert into chromosome when the cell is ready to divide, or when the cell is at the stage of division. Okay. Now, who has discovered this chromosome and how? A German scientist called Walther Fleming. A German scientist called Walther Fleming in 1882 has found this structure called as chromosomes. So chromosomes were discovered by Walther Fleming in the year 1882. And where did he found these chromosomes? He found these chromosomes in one of the amphibian called as salamander. You know, amphibian are the organisms which can lead their life in both aquatic form or aquatic surface and as well as the land surface. So in that amphibian, there is salamander. You might have heard the name called as salamander. As if you crocodile. Salamander also will look like crocodile only. Okay, so these chromosomes, the structures are seen in the larva of salamander. So Walther Fleming found chromosomes inside the rapidly dividing cells. Inside the rapidly dividing cells of larva of salamander. Okay. And here what happened, when the cell is dividing, he found, suppose this is a cell. Inside this nucleus is there. Okay. Inside nucleus, nucleolus, and these are thread-like structures. So he found some thread-like structure getting divided lengthwise. So who is the scientist who discovered chromosome? Walther Fleming in the year 1882. He found these chromosomes inside the actively divide or rapidly dividing cells of larva of salamander. And same thing, so how did he notice this thing? So when he has seen that larva, the cell division is going on, he found some thread-like structures. thread-like structures and getting divided lengthwise, splitting towards both the ends. So generally he named that process as mitosis, where mito means thread and cis means splitting. He named mitosis the process where the thread-like structures getting split lengthwise. So, and the name of the process he has given as mitosis, where mito means thread and cis means division. Okay. So once again, chromosomes were discovered by the scientist Werner Fleming, and he is the German scientist, in the year 1882. He found these actively dividing cells. I said that chromosomes will not be clearly visible unless the cell is ready to divide. So here he noticed this division and these chromosomes in the rapidly dividing cells of larva of salamander. And he noticed some thread-like structures, and these thread-like structures are getting stretched towards the opposite direction. Lengthwise they are getting divided. So he named that process as mitosis. What is mitosis? Mitosis literally means mito means thread and cis means splitting. Okay. Now let's discuss what is chromosome made up of. Here I am going to draw the structure of chromosome. A chromosome is made up of two sister chromatids. You can notice here I am drawing a line which will be splitting or separating. So this side, right side one sister chromatid and left side one sister chromatid. If not vertically, horizontally it will also separate. You can see top side, upper side one sister chromatid and lower side one sister chromatid. So a chromosome is made up of two sister chromatid. Okay. So these two sister chromatids are attached to each other at a junction called a point called as centromere. So what is centromere? Centromere is the point of attachment for the two sister chromatids. Okay. Now as we see the structure of chromosome like this, but when we see the detailed structure under the electron microscope or highly advanced microscope, these chromosomes are made up of two things. Okay. What are these? But these chromosomes are not being seen clearly in the normal cell, only in the actively dividing cells or cell when the cell is ready to divide. If you see in normal cells, they appear as thread-like structures, which is called as chromatin fiber. Okay. Now these two sister chromatids, if I take one part and observe under microscope, I see that these chromosomes are made up of two things, that is DNA and second one is histone. Sorry, not histone. DNA and nucleosome. Also a protein called as histone. Now we'll discuss what is DNA, what is nucleosome, what is histone and all. Okay. Okay. So here you can see chromosome. So chromosomes are first in the form of chromatin in a cell. Okay. Chromatin only condenses into thick chromosome during cell division. Now we'll discuss what is chromatin made up of. What is chromatin? Chromatin is made up of DNA and histone. Already I said DNA, histone and nucleosome. So about nucleosome we'll discuss later. So what is DNA? So DNA, how much percent is present? 40%. And histone, a kind of protein which is present 60%. So for DNA, for packaging of DNA and all, a protein is helping to form chromatin, that is the histone protein. So totally a chromatin or the chromosome network or the chromatin network are made up of two things. 40% is DNA and 60% is of histone. Now let's discuss what is DNA. DNA, also known as deoxyribonucleic acid. The full form of DNA or expanded form is deoxyribonucleic acid. So DNA is also called as macromolecule. Macro means large. A large molecule, that's why it's called as macromolecule. And it is made up of two complementary strands. I wrote here. What is these two complementary strands? See, I will be drawing here. This is one strand. And to that again there is a pairing. This is another strand. So this is strand 1 and this is strand 2. So DNA is made up of two complementary strand. Okay. And each single DNA, this is a DNA. Each single DNA strand composed of repeating nucleotides. Again, what is this nucleotides? We'll discuss now. So you might have seen, also you can see the book refers, you can see the ladder-like structures like this. There is a kind of attachment between the two strands. So these two strands are getting attached due to the presence of repeating nucleotides. Now what is nucleotide? So nucleotide is made up of three things or three components. The first one is called as phosphate. The second one is called as sugar. And third one is called as nitrogenous bases. What are the three things that make nucleotide? A single nucleotide, phosphate, sugar and nitrogenous bases. When these three things combine, they form nucleotide. So DNA each single strand of DNA strand is composed of repeating nucleotide. Means you can see this strand here and you can see this strand here. The strands are made with these three things, nucleotides, which is called as nucleotides at each and every sequential steps. Okay. So now what is nucleotide? It is composed of phosphate, sugar and nitrogenous bases. Nitrogen bases are 4. Adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. There are 4 nitrogenous bases. Adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. Okay. And A always paired with T with 2 hydrogen bonds. I wrote here is equal to means 2 hydrogen bonds. And G always paired with C with 3 hydrogen bonds. It can be wrote in reverse also. A paired with T or T paired with A with 2 hydrogen bonds. G. Okay. So A is adenine, T is thymine. A always pairs with T with 2 hydrogen bonds. We can write in reverse also. A pairs with T or T pairs with A. Similarly, G means guanine. G always pairs with C with 3 hydrogen bonds. So same way C also pairs with G, vice versa. So the DNA was first proposed or studied by a scientist called as Rosalind Franklin in the year 1953. Just he has studied, but the exact structure and every detail was given by 2 more scientists, Watson and Crick, in the same year 1953. They only found all these things that makes the DNA. Okay, so DNA is of children. What is the full form of DNA? Deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA is called as macromolecule, and DNA was first studied by the scientist called as Rosalind Franklin in the year 1953. But structure of DNA, how DNA looks, what is DNA made up of, everything detail was given by the another 2 scientists called as Watson and Crick in the same year 1953. But this DNA information given by these scientists Watson and Crick, for that they got a Nobel Prize in the year 1962. In 1962, because this gives the information that how the genes are being passed from parents to offspring. It's a very good achievement. It's a really important achievement. So for that purpose, these 2 scientists were awarded with the Nobel Prize in the year 1962.